Oh, we're heading out on our next adventure. I believe it's called William Miller Lake. And what we're going to do is once we get off Highway 70 or I-70, we're going to turn towards Empire. That's where we're at right now, the little cute city of Empire. And over on the left here, you'll see the original Hard Rock Cafe, apparently. Some fun stuff here. Okay, at the end of the kind of the city, we're going to make a right. And start following this road out. Now we'll pull over, we'll do a little range meeting and figure out where we're going. At the end of the road there, it goes to this dirt road here. Very simple two-wheel drive, very clean, nice and maintained road. We've got a beautiful day to go up to Billmore Lake. It's 45 degrees, so right here at the tail end of fall. Got some nice aspen trees going on. Oh, look, deer jumping across the road there. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. Jumped right in front of John there. Good sized little deer. I like those. Nothing like a little Colorado roadblock to start the day off. Again, all the aspens here have already dropped for the most part. It's been windy. Haven't had any snow yet, but that's coming in a couple days. We got some pretty colors here though. Some different plants changing color. I don't know if I could have asked for a nicer day to take this drive up to the lake. Again, John's dusting me out because he knows this road, I don't. Oh man, what a view. Such pretty color up here. Absolutely gorgeous today. Sky is super blue. Now at this point, this is where you can unload your side-by-sides and take off-highway vehicles up. And I think we're going to switch into 4 low here. Make sure we're in gear. And we'll start our climb. Now there were 2 trailers down there, so we do know there's at least a couple side-by-sides up here, so we need to be careful. The road here is nice and wide for single vehicles, but you'd have to be really careful with someone coming the opposite direction. So don't be taking your turns too sharp, going into those turns blind. You got to make sure there's plenty of room in case someone's coming down the opposite direction. What a great view from up here. Okay, we see a truck in front of us. I bet last week these aspens were absolutely gorgeous. You can still see some color across the ridge. I'll get some footage of that in a little bit. In the meantime, we're just heading up the road. We're only about a mile in, I would say. I haven't really been keeping track. And it's a little rough. This spot right here, most passenger cars are going to scrape on. Here's another one. Nice little scraper for some vehicles. So oh, look at that dip John's going through right there. That's a good way to bottom out a passenger car. Can you do it so far? Yeah. You want to go really slow. You want to be real cautious with it. Anything with a little extra ground clearance so far is going to be absolutely fine. There's no need for diff locks. There's no need for sway bar disconnects. It's just a little rutted. Nothing I wouldn't have taken my X3 up. Maybe this gets a little squirrely, but we can just straddle this and go right up it. Yeah, this is definitely a spot where I would have had to turn around in the X3, and no passenger vehicle is going to make it past this. You're going to have some serious clearance to get through this part. You got big boulders that you're going over with ruts on the other side. In fact, I'm going to disconnect my sway bar. There we go. Get me a little more articulation going there. Again, not necessary. I'd be willing to bet John did not disconnect his sway bar. I did, because what the heck. But still, no need for diff locks and no need to disconnect the sway bar. So your typical Jeep is going to be able to do this. Your Sahara, your Wranglers, you don't need a Rubicon to get up this trail by any stretch yet. Wow, look at this view. Oh, this is gorgeous. Absolutely amazing view up here. So definitely a little rough on the road there for a bit. Would not even attempt that in a high clearance van or SUV. That definitely was a little rough here. That's going to bump the difficulty scale on this road up a bit. Definitely out on any passenger vehicle, and unless you've got some decent ground clearance, I would not have attempted that. Like I said, my X3 has gone places that it probably shouldn't have, but I would never have attempted that section back there in the X3. And the JL, no problem. It's just going to eat it right up. Now, it's going to be interesting to see if the road gets worse or if it just gets easier. But we'll see. Oh, look at this. I was just going to kind of stop recording there for a moment, and we've got a cool, like, abandoned mine up here on the road. We're definitely going to check that out on the way down. Now we've got a nice climb up here. Let's see where we're headed. So if you hear a lot of wind noise right now, it's because I've got the windows rolled down. The smell of the pine trees right now is amazing. We're at 10,000 feet, almost exactly. I'm still coughing from John kicking up a lot of dust, but oh, the smell up here is fantastic. If you love that pine smell, man, this is a trail for you. This is amazing. How you doing? Good. Some people in there side by side having a little snack there. Oh, I am loving this trail. There was only that little difficult spot back there a little ways. Now we're just on pretty easy. I mean, it's rocky and it's bumpy and stuff, but pretty easy going here. We're just taking it slow, about 5 miles an hour, cruising up the hill. But oh, the smell of the pine trees is just amazing right now. This is great. The sky is super blue, the pine trees are super green, the aspens are super gold. Man, it is just absolutely gorgeous drive. Now sure, it's a little bumpy. Recommend airing down your tires. That will smooth out the roughness a little bit. And you got to have a vehicle that can get past that rough stuff there. Okay, where are we going? Okay, following the signs to Billmore Lake. All right, we're just going to keep cruising here. John knows the way, and now we at least have signs. But look up ahead. Man, that is just... I mean, if you like this, this is not everybody's cup of tea, but I would imagine if you're buying a Jeep or off-road vehicle and looking for trails like this, this is just awesome. Not hard on the difficulty scale. Not going to be going up crazy obstacles, but if you're looking for a trail that, you know, the whole family can enjoy, that it's got some great views, some amazing pine smell, I think this is going to be a good one here. We still have a ways to go. Like I said, I've never done this trail, which is why I'm with somebody who's done it. John does this quite a bit, so always good to take someone who knows the trail that you're going to do. You're not going to need any crazy built-up rigs for this. We are in both stock JL Rubicons, nothing super fancy, and we haven't done anything that any stock Jeep couldn't handle, from a JK, JL, WJ, JT, you name it. Now the JLs and the JT, the Gladiator, do have to do a 3-point turn at one point to make a turn. It was just definitely too sharp for the longer wheelbase vehicles, but not bad. Now we're climbing up a little incline here, kind of a wash road. We're just straddling it, no big. Got tons of clearance with the wheelbase here, no problems. And we're going slow, so John's not kicking us up as much dust as he was when we went to Saxon Mountain. So I'm staying a little cleaner and I'm breathing a little better, which is always a good thing. I don't know if if this is just a bypass over there, but John is moving to the right, so we're going to go to the right. Got some big roots here. Okay, missed those pretty easily. Yeah, that was a little bypass road, it looks like. We went up the hard way, which was still pretty easy in any standard Jeep. Or side-by-side. If you've got a side-by-side, this is a great trail. Okay, looks like we're going to left for Billmore Lake, or right to Red Elephant Hill. I've heard about Red Elephant Hill before. Definitely on the list to try out. Got a nice little climb here. If this is one of your first places you're going to go on a off-road adventure, then don't be too worried. It's not too tippy or anything. Now note here, we've got a high clearance 4x4 route or a bypass to the right. Apparently, we're going on the high clearance 4x4 route because we can. So catch up there to John in his mojito green JL Rubicon, and me in my we're gonna call this dust gray color JL. Nice little climb here, great views. Unfortunately, off to my left right now, it's super hazy because there's a big wildfire going on over there. But over here to our right, crystal blue skies, just amazing color today. So we're at a 18% incline grade going up here. So I'm going to let John get a little more distance up there. And I'm going to go ahead and engage my diff locks because I stopped. Probably didn't need to if I would have just kept going. And I'm not going to say that diff locks are required on this trail. You might slip a little bit here and there, but shouldn't be too bad. But because I did stop on the incline, I decided to turn them on. Yeah, now I can see, it's probably can't see it from any camera that I have here, but off to the left, I can see the fire down in the valley. Okay, we're on some seriously rocky stuff here. Again, we have hit some seriously rocky stuff. Nothing that requires a built rig by any stretch. It's just take it slow. Don't bottom your suspension out. Pick good lines. If you see a big rock, drive over it with the tires. Don't let it go underneath and hit your suspension or your differential. Just take your time. Crawl up the hill. Any mall crawler is capable of doing this trail so far. So far, I'm going to give this a definitely a 5 on the fun factor. This is just really fun trail. It's not technical in, it's not fun in the sense that it's technical, but it's not just slamming you around. It's got a level of difficulty at the same time as being easy. It's kind of hard to describe, but you have to watch what you're doing. You have to pay attention. There's big rocks that you could hit. There's cliffs that you could go off of. You have to pay attention, and yet it's a very enjoyable, fun ride. Nothing hard. I mean, even though it's rough and you need high clearance, you can literally take a stock Jeep right off the showroom floor and come ride this. Nothing stopping you. It's not that hard of a trail, but the fact that you do get some bumping around, you get a little flexy going, you know, it's a little tippy in some areas, nothing more than maybe 15 degrees, so it's totally safe. There's nowhere that you're going to tip over. It's just gives you the kind of the fun of doing what looks like a difficult trail but really isn't. So if you want to take someone out for their first wheeling adventure, this is going to get their feet wet and going to want people wanting more for sure, because it's not that hard, but it looks like it is. So difficulty wise, this is still probably only about a 2.5, only because there's some areas that require high clearance, but nothing from a technical point of view that would require a lot of off-wheeling experience. So that's what makes it fun. And the views are mind-blowing. Absolutely gorgeous. Wow, it was extremely pretty up here. Losing some color because it's late fall. The lake was frozen because it's right now it's 33 degrees up here, but absolutely gorgeous. I should have brought gloves. It was a little colder than I expected, but what a trip. This is just an absolutely gorgeous trail. Totally love it. I know that I have said it several times on this trail, but this thing is super fun. It's just challenging enough to make you pay attention. It looks way harder than it really is. You just can roll over this stuff. Up here on the trail, we saw Tacomas, 4Runners, a couple other Jeeps, some side-by-sides, some dirt bikers. As long as you've got a capable vehicle, you can do this trail. It's not hard. Really, it's about a 2 on a scale of difficulty. Not hard at all. You have to have the right vehicle to get up here. You can't do it in a passenger car, but it is just fun because you have to stay on it. You have to stay on the steering wheel. You're on the gas, you're on the brake, you're on your gears. It's a great learning trail, absolutely. It's a great way to find out how your vehicle handles, how it feels going over a good variety of terrain. We have flat, we have sand, we have rocks, we have whoops, we have ruts. This trail has a little bit of everything, making it fantastic for learning how to drive off-road. You don't need to go fast. You can just cruise through this. Here's the spot from earlier where I said longer wheelbase vehicles have to do a 3-point turn because we just don't have the short wheelbase like a Wrangler might to get up this or make this turn here. There we go. That's the only wild turn like that. And as we work our way back down, we'll get back to those really bad ruts, which is kind of the gatekeeper to this whole area. If you can make it past those ruts at the beginning, you can make it all the way up this hill.